あんた色に染まってあげたで。ここまですれば落ちるやろ。
Medaka episode 7. So to start off, this episode was called Lock Screen with Him, and my expectations for this episode was that we were going to get a cute shared moment between Medaka and between Mona, to where they would snap a pic with each other, that they would take a pic with each other, and she would somehow become his lock screen. But what ended up happening was the fact that the boys in his class just ended up putting like a bikini girl picture on his phone. And one of the Tsubomi in the class sent her a picture of Mona looking all embarrassed to Medaka. And Mona tried to cover it up with sending a specific, selfie to Medaka as well. Like, hey, if you need a wallpaper, here I am kind of thing. And she got mad because she saw the phone when she was trying to delete Tsubomi's picture. And it just wasn't a very good... It wasn't, because the way that Medaka is impervious to my charm is set up, it's set up in 1, 2, or 3, what like essentially will be like chapters or scenes, and it breaks the episode up into like these little chunks. Like, here's one story, here's a second story. But the lock screen one, where it was centered around, or at least I thought it was going to be centered around, wasn't very good. So I'm like, okay, I can get over it. Lock screen stuff, big fail. Wasn't really fun. There wasn't anything funny about it. See Mona's, cute face as she's like on her desk, like that. Okay, that was a cute thing. That was a cute scene. And I think that's the theme of this episode. It was cute, but it was very boring. So then the second thing is, she's like, okay, Tsubomi brings her a pumpkin, and she's like, okay, Halloween, that's my in. I can get Medaka to look at me if I do some kind of Halloween outfit, Halloween costume, and we do like a Halloween party or something like that, and that's going to be her in now. So now she's like, okay, that's my in to get Medaka to, be into me, is let's go find some costumes and let's get a Halloween party. Okay, that sounds like a cute enough concept. That sounds like something that could be funny. The funniest moment during it is, there's two moments. One where she's wearing like a horse mask because she's trying to eavesdrop on Medaka and the boys' conversation. She's trying to figure out, okay, what is he into? What is he not into? Blah, blah, blah. And she's trying to put the pieces together. And she ends up almost getting caught. So she puts on a horse mask and kind of pretends to just like be in the aisle. Again, that was an attempt to be funny, but I didn't laugh at all. I don't even think I cracked a smile. Like, it was a meant to be funny moment, and I could notice that it was meant to be funny, okay? So that was the first part. Second part is, she finds out that Medaka's into one or two outfits. She picks the wrong one. He wanted like a witch outfit or something, and she picked a mummy. And the mummy is basically like, as you can imagine, the mummy is the mummy. I probably played it at the beginning of the video, so check out that little clip at the beginning of this video. I probably played the mummy stuff, and she was definitely a mummy, a mommy mummy. And she embarrassed herself and Medaka and stuff there, and she picked the wrong one. I think Asahi was the big winner of this episode. She dressed up in a modest goth outfit, got noticed of Medaka. I'm kind of rooting for her, even though we know she's going to lose. And she probably picked the best one. And Tsubomi was like a little fairy or something, very cute as well, too. That's really all that happened. And then we got a preview for next episode. Next episode is called Halloween with Him. So, she's talking about being the queen bee and stuff. So my assumption is that she's going to end up being like some kind of bee, and they're going to have a Halloween party with each other. So hopefully next episode is a lot better, because this one was a big F and a big fail to me. It was probably like a 5 out of 10 episode. It was probably the worst episode of Medaka so far, just simply from the reason, like, I didn't laugh at all. Like, there wasn't a legitimate funny moment that appealed to my taste this episode, which is kind of sad. And it ended up just being another episode of the show, which is totally fine. Again, when it comes to these kinds of shows that kind of like, really funny, but not funny at all. Really funny, not funny at all. When it comes to that, the shows aren't that bad if we're watching them in a bunch. If we're going to watch episode 1 through 12, 1 through 13, all in like one shot, like, like a 3-hour stint or something over a weekend. These kinds of episodes, you don't really pay much attention to them. But when they come out and you watch the next episode and you're not binging it and you don't get to watch it all in one shot, the episode that's really boring kind of stays with you a little bit more, because now you have to wait a whole nother week for them to make up for it. Anyways, cute moments. Obviously, Mona's cute. Asahi's cute. Tsubomi's cute. Like, it was like, definitely there's fan service there. And I guess if that's what keeps your interest in the show alive, it was definitely here. But if you're not, and like for me, I'm here for the funnies. I'm here to just laugh and have a good time, which I've generally had with the show. it just wasn't here this episode, which is fine. Like I said, it's okay. 5 out of 10 is where I would end up with this episode. I don't think it was a very good one outside of the two, a couple fan service moments here. So, yeah, kind of a sucky week. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week for episode number 7. Yeah, I'll see you next week for episode number 8. I'm so sorry. This was 7. I'll see you guys next week for episode 8. Leave me some comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you felt, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.